you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges where you just check in and chill out. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Legal experts are talking about wrong organ removal cases after relatives of a North Alabama man said that a surgeon removed the 70-year-old man's liver instead of his spleen, causing him to bleed out on the operating table. Will League is a malpractice attorney.
If you're a board-certified physician that has surgical privileges, the standard of care, at least in my humble opinion, would dictate that you don't take out the liver when you're trying to take out a spleen.
The patient, William Bryan, died. Wall Street suffered its worst week in nearly 18 months. Stocks fell sharply on Friday after the release of the latest jobs report. Employers added 142,000 jobs in August. That's fewer than expected, and mostly in construction and healthcare. Meanwhile, unemployment dipped to 4.2%. ABC's Alexis Christoforous.
Now, economists say lower inflation coupled with this latest jobs report puts the Federal Reserve on track to cut interest rates for the first time in 4 years at its meeting later this month. The question now, how much? Experts agree, though, it will take a series of rate cuts for consumers to finally feel the difference in the form of lower rates for things like mortgages, auto loans, and credit cards.
Eggs linked to a Wisconsin farm are being recalled after a salmonella outbreak. According to the CDC, 65 people in 9 states have been infected. That includes 42 people in Wisconsin, 3 in Minnesota. The recall includes all carton sizes and egg types labeled with Milo's Poultry Farms or Tony's Fresh Market branding. Dave Packer.
Not valid in all states or prohibited by law. Loans are subject to lender approval. See website for details.
Bills piling up? Rent due? Need cash help but have bad or no credit? Then you need to go to FastLoansAI.com, where you can get approved for a loan of up to $10,000 regardless of your credit score. FastLoansAI.com is one of the largest lender networks. Their advanced technology can help anyone get up to $10,000. Best part? Money can be in your bank account as fast as the same day. When you need fast cash, go to FastLoansAI.com. That's FastLoansAI.com.
KYNT, Yankton, FM 1021 and AM 1450.
You are listening to the Coach's Corner Show on KYNT, Yankton's home team. Now, let's get you caught up on Yankton High School athletics with KYNT Sports Director and the voice of the Bucks and Gazelles, Bryce Ladwig.
All right, good morning. This is the Coach's Corner. Bryce Ladwig here after week 2 of the football season. Yankton sits at 1-1. They fell to Watertown last night, 27-13 at beautiful Watertown Stadium. But after Yankton went down early in the match, at first 1.5 quarters, came battling back and made things interesting, and we're here to talk about it as they do every year. This is actually the first time in studio this season. Coach Brady Booth, Coach Justin Olson. Coaches, good morning.
Morning, Bryce.
You know what? And if it's the first show of the year, sorry I muted you guys, but they did say good morning. All right, we're good. All right, hey, so what time did you guys get back into town last night?
About 1:30, right around there.
Yeah, and
yeah.
Our Friday nights after a road games, is that coaches sleep in the trucks or not really?
No. When you're driving, it's not recommended to sleep. So, I mean, I don't know about that Thomas steering nowadays, but
9 out of 10 doctors recommend not to do that.
No, yeah, I don't know. We just make sure everyone was up and got home safely, and you know, it's a tough thing to wake up to the next day with a short sleep, and it's better with a win, but you know, we'll survive. We'll take what we can out of this and move on.
Well, we'll get you guys to film, so let's start with Coach Olson. All right, Coach, obviously going down early in the game, but then the rest of the game, defense held pretty strong against Watertown, and let's start with that offensive line. Obviously, it's just a big size dealing with that Watertown offensive line. Just kind of start with there.
Yeah, on paper, I mean, yeah, it's a very healthy offensive line, you know, and they're being physical. We knew what they're all about, and you know, they are going to try to use their size and strength to kind of outmuscle you. But we moved to I call it the cheetah defense. It's a 3-3 or a 3-5, however you want to look at it, and just has a little more movement and stuff like that. And it was able to penetrate their offensive line, and because I would say, I mean, there weren't the sleight of foot, and so we were able to use that to our advantage to be able to get into the backfield and make some of those tackles. And in the secondary, coverage, that put some stress on them a little bit, and we practice it. We've always had it in our repertoire of defenses, and so it's one of those things where we practiced all week, did a really good job of it, and then now this is the live action of a full game, and I thought for the most part, they did really well. Still some nuances that we got to clean up, and some technique stuff in the secondary, and then that's kind of what it is. It's still early on, in the season.
Yeah, and every year we talk about it, but it's just becoming more obvious to me. But a lot of hats to the ball with Yankton, a lot of group tackling. I don't think I saw many individual tackles. It's always a group effort.
And that's what we've always stressed. And the past couple of years, they've really made it their own. And this group of seniors, great leaders on the defensive end. A lot of our leaders are on the defensive end. A couple guys go both ways. So it trickles over to the offense as well. And you can really see their tenacity and their will to get to the football and command everyone to get to the football. So a lot of times we just have to say it a couple times, and then they take ownership of it, and they get all 11 hats there, and that's going to be huge. Obviously, keep on down the stretch. We have to have that same mentality because the road doesn't get any easier. So if that's already bred into them right now, we just got to clean some things up and just watch them fly around.
I want to throw some players at you, and feel free to add anyone else I might be missing. But let's start with Riker Frang. Seems to be really making a mess on the defensive side. He has
worked hard in the offseason, and he came into camp looking good after missing a spell with a little sickness, and he bounced back. And yeah, he was one of those guys where I was watching the film back from the game, and he played one heck of a game. He is a one-way player right now, and so we're counting on him to kind of be the freshest of the fresh out there, and he's definitely doing his job. Two-gapping a lot of time, and then he got to the quarterback, and his motor just keeps on going. He's kind of like a quiet force because he doesn't talk a whole heck of a lot. But he's really, I mean, we're lucky to have him. Then Derek Beal in the middle.
Yep.
And then, we're missing Edley last night. But, Talon Kenny, his first time down on the edge, is still learning some of the nuances. But, he's doing well also. So hats off to Riker. He had a pretty good game last night.
Yeah, they knew Talon was there because he kept getting into the backfield. Watertown was very aware of his presence.
Yeah, and a lot of times, I mean, talking like scheme wise and stuff like that. He on the run and stuff like that, he needs to motor down a little bit so we don't create so many gaps. But I mean, he's done a lot of work in the offseason too and got a lot stronger, and that's going to benefit us down the road as well.
Best name in the game, Bryce Crawl. Another good performance.
Bryce. Oh, I get it, Bryce. Okay. Bryce Crawl, he's been one of those guys that, last year he came on for Chase Platt, and wow, he it was tough when Chase got, he got healthy again. We tried to split time. So it was one of those impacts that he made last year.
Shaler, but yeah.
I said shit, yeah. Sorry, we're dealing with Chase right now. And
their parents are the ones that named him so similarly, so that's their fault.
I know, and they're my next door neighbors, and I shouldn't have messed that up, so I apologize, Shaler. Anyway, so we're really counting on Bryce in the middle to be that rock, that heartbeat of the defense, and he was all over the place. I mean, he can drop back in coverage, chasing people down. He just has a motor that doesn't quit. We had a busted coverage. This kind of knows. There's one thing that stuck on my mind in the end zone. We're running man to man, and he recognized that a guy came free, and he was just trying to get back there, and he almost made the play. So he is just all over the place, and he's just relentless, has that will to win, kind of like the rest of them do. But he's really one of our driving forces, the main cogs in our wheel for that defense.
A player that had to have experienced the entire roller coaster of emotions in the game was Cale Hazelhorst, but on the good side of that, 2 interceptions.
Yeah, and he's one of those players that has really grown, not only physically but mentally and emotionally. He has one kind of like tamed down, and we can see it at the start of track season too. He became a really good track athlete, and his speed and everything, and then he just bought into the attitude too. of I got to do the right things. I got to do things the right way, and he is. I mean, he's a ball hawk. He still is a little new in that free safety realm. So I mean, he'll tell you that he still has some things to work on, and that's what I love about these guys. They'll come and ask questions. They're not gonna be like, oh yeah, I know, I got it, I know. They're like, hey, what can I do? And then when we get done, coaching them up, yes sir, and then it's like, all right, let's go get it. And so sometimes he stopped his feet a little bit too early. I said, make it easy on yourself, and get over the top, then come up and use your height to pick it off and stuff like that. So I think going down the road, he's gonna, if he hones in on his craft at that free safety position, I mean, he has a chance to do some pretty special things.
Well, this next question, we'll start with you, and then we'll transition over into Coach Muth. But obviously the penalties last night, a lot of them, both teams, but that has to be really hard to kind of get a flow for either side of the ball, right? Because it's just so choppy.
Yeah, and that's,
everyone's really thinking like,
no, well,
I know.
I want to.
Don't want to get fined.
Yeah, I don't want to get fined. We've been doing this a long time, Coach Muth and I, and actually our coaching staff, we have a lot of experience. And it's one of those things where you can't. The game's not supposed to be controlled by the flags.
Yeah. And
that's kind of I felt that's what happened a little bit. We couldn't get them to flow. Whether it was accurate flag or not, that's always going to be debatable from both sides, from both sidelines. Hey, it was, hey, it wasn't. You missed this, missed that, whatever. And the rule of thumb is, I think it was like 8 flags. I think that's kind of what I heard. Kind of the rule of thumb should be out there in a football game, and there's a lot more than that. But yeah, so yeah, you're right, Bryce. It was tough to get into the flow, and I mean that's kind of what you want to hope for. I mean, obviously you want control in the football game. You don't want the kids to be out there running, but you want them to be safe.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of where we're at. But it is, at the end of the day, it is what it is, and we got to move on.
I mean, it's kind of like a strike zone. I mean, when you get into the game, you have a perception of what the rules are, how it should be called, but it's no different when you get into a baseball game. If it's called a strike, it's a strike. And so, when we get into the game, we can talk about the interpretation of the rule all we want, but the fact of the matter, it's a flag, and we knew what, I mean, once we got explanations, we need to be better at playing according to how they want to be played, and we didn't. And those were just some of the things that led to, you talk about lack of flow in a game. I mean, those things add into it, but those are things that we can control. I mean, we can control how we play and make sure that we play cleaner, and that's what we have to do focusing up this week. First 2 games, penalties really weren't good. I mean, if I'm looking at a stat sheet, I want to see that penalty number go down. Those are yards that we can't lose, and it's something that needs to be addressed. We just need to be more cleaner and pay more attention to detail in practice. Because in a practice, you're not going to, we say, hey, that's a holding, or hey, that's pass interference. But we need to be better at cleaning those things up and making sure that our guys understand that if you start to police yourselves, these things don't happen as much.
You guys have been in the studio enough years with me to know that it's going to get better, but I'm going to start with the harder stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, some turnovers too by Yankton hurt the flow of the game as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, there's before we start anything as far as the blame game and pointing fingers and all of that, the only fingers we're going to point are at ourselves. Mm-hmm. And so and that's by design, because then we can fix it. And so when you look at the turnovers, those are things that we got to clean up. A lot of times it's a situation where a guy's trying to do something a little bit extra, or maybe just wasn't, paying enough attention. Also situations where Watertown just makes a play on the ball. And so the turnover stuff, I mean, early on in the game, that kind of bit us in the backside, just because it like you said, it took away flow, and we're already having a hard time converting on 3rd down. And so to stay on the field as long as you can is the goal on offense until we get some scores, and we got to get better at that, and we got to clean it up.
All right, so now the positives. After going down 20-0, Yankton fought back. 62-yard touchdown reception, Easton Nelson to Connor Slava. The con man, Connor Slava. I'll tell you what, when he was on the far side of the field, his cut to the middle of the field just felt like a running back.
Yeah. So, I mean, the thing that was fun about that was, and Bubba, and he made one guy kind of miss, but then he just put his foot on the gas and just ran. And we've been trying to get guys to do that for years. Like, it's fun to hit the circle button and do all these moves, but at the end of the day, if we're fast, the X button's the one you want to hit. So he did that and just put his foot on the gas and got to the end zone. But he's a special player. We've got special players. You just get the ball to him in space. And with the way that they were defending the box, I mean, after we ran the ball the way we did against Huron, they were going to stop the run. And they're a big physical team. And so we knew we were going to have to get out to the perimeter a little bit more this game. He did. He got the ball where we needed to, and then our playmakers made some plays.
You know, after Huron, you just didn't really know how much of it was really there, but Nelson did show he has some pretty good awareness when looking downfield and finding running lanes for himself.
Yeah, I was really happy for E the way he played the game. I mean, there's some guys that we missed, but he also was dealing with an odd front, and there's going to be pressure. And those things distract you a little bit. We got a little bit away from the game plan a little bit there when we were just, everybody about in the second quarter and into the third quarter trying to do too much a little bit. And you get into situations where you want to go win the ball game for your team and totally respect that. But once he got back on track, you started to see him hitting some more guys, had a good string of completions in a row and those types of things. We got to have completions. We got to move the ball. And in the end, he did what he needed to do to give us a chance. We weren't having a whole lot of success running the football, and so we were going to have to put the ball in the air, and we did, and he performed. I mean, we'll get better, but I mean, just really happy with the way he performed, and our guys outside too. I mean, you're starting to see some trust develop between those guys on the perimeter and the guy throwing the football.
And then Carson Ness, of course, can't go without those 50-50 balls that he pulls down. Just incredible.
He's fun to watch. I mean, so when Carson, for an X receiver, he has the exact mentality we want. When the ball is in the air, I'm going to go get the ball. And that's the way he plays defense, too. He's just a ball hawk. And so to give him opportunities and have trust, and then also to know where to put the ball. There's a ball on our sideline that Cars caught that, it was a top 10 play. It was a really good catch and really nice job by him and Easton. It was a tough throw. Had to get the ball to the sideline and up over defenders and all those things, but got the ball where it needed to be, and Cars pulled it in. And so you start to see that trust build a little bit more, and you feel better about just putting the ball in spaces and letting your guys go get it. We're getting real close to being better on the outside.
Plead the fifth if you need to, but just some cramping for him last night?
Yeah, there was a little cramping going on. This was, first game out, we really didn't play a full game. Second game, this was a full game, and it was an intense game, and guys were burning through a lot of fuel. And so, but that's what we talked about after the game. Preparation in general was not where it needed to be, and that can be nutrition. Did we hydrate enough during the week? Everything trickles down into that. And so there's a lot of things to address, but the main focal point of it is we have to be prepared better to go play a football game and just not expect to win. We have to do things to make sure we put ourselves in a position to win. And that's everything from nutrition on Monday to understanding and implementing a game plan on Friday. We just have to be more locked in and more committed to making sure that we wipe out all those blind spots.
All right, let's practice looking kind of point of emphasis for practice this week.
Well, just getting back and being more positive, obviously, after a win. We talked last night on the bus before we got unloaded. I think this week we played a football game in the first week, and we had some success, and we put up a big score, and everything was great. We got a nice high ranking, and everybody's feeling good about the program, and all of those things are great, but with that comes pressure. And we did not handle that pressure very well. And the thing we talked about is you have to get used to handling that pressure. You play football in Yankton. There's going to be pressure. And what we talked about was pressure is a privilege. You should be happy that you have these expectations, and we are not going to lower expectations, and our guys know that, and they're not lowering their expectations either. But it's a game. You have to go out and you have to have fun doing it. And last week, we talked about it as coaches in post-game meetings. Last week it felt a little bit like we were in October, and which is a good thing, which means things are efficient and things are running smooth and everybody's locked in. But it also means you've got about a month and a half, 2 months of football under your belt, and people start to wear down a little bit, and you can just start to see energy wane a bit. And that's what we saw last week. Energy levels were down. We weren't having fun. We got to get back to having fun. This is a game. It's a privilege to get to play it, but it's also a privilege to get to deal with the pressure. And when you put on a red helmet, it means something. And our guys know that. They're ready to get back to work.
pizza parties.
Yeah.
Wait, did you say nutrition, right?
Yeah, nutrition.
Yeah, that's what we got.
Sorry, healthy pizza.
Yeah.
All right, coaches. We'll get to film because I know you're about to go do that. And as always, thanks for coming into the studio.
All right, thanks, Bryce.
Bryce. Thanks.
All right, we'll take a break here on the Coaches Quarter, come back, and continue talking Yankton Bucks football.
I am Juan Francisco Duarte, and basketball allows me to show my adventurous spirit. Right after graduating Mount Marty, I was selected to be part of the national basketball team for Colombia. Here I think is a great opportunity for me to expand, grow, and also help others to adventure in their journey.
Show your spirit at Mount Marty University and schedule a tour today at showyourspiritmmu.com.
Isn't it great when things work how they should? Like the award-winning free checking from FNBO. No monthly fees, no minimums, and no overdraft fees, ever. Online, in the app, on the go, or down the street. You be you, and we'll make it easy to bank your way and manage your account. Here's to simple, flexible, and free. Here's to checking that works the way you want it to. Visit fnbo.com to learn more or stop on by. FNBO Free Checking. Member FDIC.
Hello. Here's to welcoming moments, big and small. Embracing the unexpected. Savoring life. At Avera, our nationally recognized health system will be right here with you, ready for anything. We listen to your goals and help you achieve them with care and coverage. We'll move you forward through sickness and health and every milestone in between. Avera, moving health forward. Learn more at avera.org/forward.
It's day one of your new career. Parker of Yankton has immediate openings for material handlers, machine operators, and setups for both day and night shifts. Along with a full benefits package beginning your first day on the job, Parker is offering a second shift pay differential of $235 plus a $1,000 retention bonus. Paid vacation, sick leave, 13 paid holidays, medical, dental, vision, supplemental, and paid life insurance all begin day one. Quarterly profit sharing and a 5% matching 401k plan. Fully vested on day one. Apply now at parker.com.
Parker, engineering your success.
The warmer months can be wonderful times that allow for plenty of fun outdoors. However, while you may be enjoying the outside time, pests and insects may be trying to find their way inside. Eliminating a pest infestation and ensuring they don't return can be tough to do on your own, but with Olson's Pest Technicians by your side, you can rest assured you're fully protected. Locally owned and operated since 1966, Olson's Pest Technicians provides reliable pest control services to residential and commercial properties. Visit 800KILBugs.com.
Are you suffering from a recent injury or chronic pain?
Come see us, Lane and Reed Sawatsky at SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab.
We offer a wide variety of techniques to meet every patient's need and preference, including adjustments, dry needling, acupuncture, cupping, and rehabilitation.
We are dedicated to providing personalized and effective treatment plans to help you perform at your highest level and feel your best.
Whether you're dealing with back pain, neck pain, or a sports injury, we've got you covered.
Go to SWATchiropracticandrehab.com to schedule an appointment.
All right, welcome back to Coach's Corner. This is... Oh, jeez. Music's loud. I'm going to have to fix that one of these days. We're also going to sit here awkwardly until the music quiets down.
At least it's good music.
Yeah, you know, I just maybe forgot to kind of fade it out a little bit. So it's just rocking out. Okay. Anyway, welcome back to the Coach's Corner. This is Bryce Ladwig, and we continue talking Yankton Bucks football. Coach Jerry Huber and Coach Dan Schwach. Coaches, good morning. How we doing?
Not too bad. How are you doing, Bryce?
I pretty good. You know, got home late from beautiful Watertown Stadium, but I say that it's not beautiful.
Yeah.
I don't like it. This is me. I don't care. And Decker, if you're watching, I don't care. Not a fan at all. But hey, you know, obviously a tough loss coming back from Watertown, but kind of expected that to be that kind of game, right? Obviously not with the penalties and stuff, but just kind of that ESD, just kind of a slow moving, just clash, especially at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, 100%. You know, we knew it was going to be a physical game. They always got some big boys up there. We knew in scouting that was going to happen. The one thing that I would say is I don't know if we stepped up to the plate in that fight as much as I wish we would have. It's something that our guys are going to learn from, and we'll get better this week.
All right, let's go ahead and just start at the offense. Start with the quarterback, Easton Nelson, tasked with more passing this game. Obviously, Coach Muth in our pregames always talk about you're going to take what the defense gives you, and they said, hey, pass it on us.
Exactly.
You know? And he doing a good job looking downfield from what I'm seeing.
Yeah, no, I thought it was a pretty good job. You know, rollouts, he felt really comfortable on those. The 5-step drop, I thought, you know, up front we should have given him a little more time. Made him a little uncomfortable for a little while, but he was hitting some good targets. You know, he got Ness and Slava. They both had, in my opinion, a pretty darn good game. They stepped up as those leaders in the receiving corps, and they made things happen out there. But yeah.
Yeah, Carson Loch Ness and the Con Man. I think one of the best tandems, at least in the class, but maybe in the state.
Yeah, 100%. You know, I think if I was lined up and, you know, I got both those on the same receiver side, I'd be real nervous. I'd be nervous back there trying to cover those two. Both of them have their strengths. You know, I feel like Slava's a lot shiftier than Ness is, but Ness's breakout speed and high pointing is unreal. Yeah. So, you know, we saw it last night, and, you know, Ness, that first game, we just see just how much power, how much speed, and just creativeness that they have whenever they get that football in their hands.
Yeah, Ness, I don't think fights for 50-50 balls. I think he's at a 60-40 ball. It's more likely he's going to come down with it. Just great hands.
100%. You know, like, and I know our quarterbacks trust those guys. If they're one-on-one, they're going to trust them, and they're going to go after them. And even if they're not, they still might trust them to go get it if they're 2-on-1.
Yeah, and we mentioned Ness, and then now the Con Man. When he got his touchdown reception, he put his foot in the ground on the sideline, and just like a running back, kind of like how Cirque looks when he cuts not to the middle of the field, just kind of got rid of one guy, but just the burst he's able to push off with one foot.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, Slava, especially at that A position, he's running a lot of, you know, jailbreaks and bubbles on the outside, so he's used to having to, you know, make quick plants and get moving fast and explode out. So I would say, you know, when we see him with the football in his hand, and you can see this from track too, just how explosive he is, it really comes out on the football field, and he's very good with the football in his hands.
Yeah, they're both pretty fast also.
Yeah.
You know, nationals at track and
yes.
stuff. You know. All right, and then offensive line, again, tasked with an odd front, and then some big guys in Watertown.
Yep.
Not everyone keeps talking about the offensive side, but their defensive line is pretty big too, and strengthy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Strengthy. Yeah, strengthy. I just made a new word. Katie, you're welcome.
And yeah, you know, and they had another guy come back that was injured last week, so that helped those guys out a lot. I thought our guys did a pretty good job. You know, I think we could have been more physical. We could have had a little more domination on the line. It was just, to me, the offensive line last night was okay, and I think that they feel the same way. They didn't feel real great after the game, and you know, they shouldn't. They take pride in that. They take pride in leading the offense, and when we struggle, they know that they have to take the brunt of that because that's just the position. So,
what are the reasons the run game just really couldn't get moving? Was it just the line, kind of where the linebackers loading the box? Is kind of what were you seeing?
Yeah, no, they were loading the box. I thought our communication wasn't the greatest. You know, the linebackers are coming through way too unscathed. You know, we got to make sure that we're getting hands on those backers. I just thought, you know, our reads, we weren't reading very well, and nothing was really working on that part of it. So, like you said, we got to take what they give us. They were giving us a pass game, and that's kind of where we went to.
All right. And overall for practice this weekend, what's your point of emphasis for this offense?
Point of emphasis this week is to speed it up. You know, I didn't think that we were playing as fast as we could have last night. We'd noticed, you know, end of the second quarter, you could see our speed was starting to pick up, and they were starting to get tired. And that's a big strength of ours, is to go as fast as we can. That's going to be a big point of emphasis this week. And then just kind of the mental conditioning. You know, I think a lot of people, they know physical conditioning, but mental conditioning is huge for our guys. So making sure that they're mentally prepared is going to be a big one this week.
All right. Thank you, Coach Huber. And Coach Schwach, obviously we'll start with a little varsity for you, handling the D-line as well. So now we're going the inverse of what we're talking about, that offensive line for Watertown. That's what the notes, in my notes at least, were like, hey, offensive line, Watertown, that's kind of one of the main focuses. But D-line, and obviously also without Edley in that game, an odd front, pretty tall task for them. They seemed to get some pressure in the backfield. Obviously, some runs went up the middle, but you're not going to win them all. But it seemed like some pressure was being had.
Yeah, like I said, last night, for the most part, I only had 3 out there for the large part of the game, and no Ed, so kind of had to make do there. But yeah, before the game, I told them, like, guys, this isn't a game where we're going to light up the stat sheets. You're probably going to wear a lot of double teams and just keep the backers clean. But then, yeah, I think Riker had a couple sacks, and Derek Beal had a sack, and Lucas Cordell came in kind of spotting Derek Beal just because they both play offense so much, and he made a couple nice pressures. So all in all, a good game. Talon Kenny was in there a lot. He's always have to remember that he's new to the defensive end position. He's only been there about a year. Last year we pulled him down from linebacker, so he's made leaps and bounds and put on some weight, and he went against some big boys. So
He looks like a D end.
yeah, he's starting to really look like a D end. So
I talked to him at practice when we were interviewing players and stuff, and all he said to him was like, "You're big." That's literally all I said to him. He's like, "Yeah."
Yeah,
he took full advantage of the offseason.
Yeah, we moved him to D end. He grew 3 inches and put on about 30 pounds, I think, is something around that way, shape, and form. So I'd say it's just a position switch there. So lot to work on. Still coming out too high, not using their hands enough, but all in all, pretty happy against a really good offensive line.
Derek Beal going both ways. Just how impressed are you with his motor that he's able to continue on both sides of the ball, going at the rate he is?
Yeah, Derek Beal a year ago would not have been nearly able to do that. He's done a good job this offseason putting in the work, getting in good shape, and yeah, it really is impressive for somebody his size and to not take many plays off, even though he's playing quite a bit.
All right, and we'll get you guys to film. So we'll start talking Yankton JV football. JV, and obviously Beacon's not here, so you'll take care of both sides of that. JV Bucks defeated Pierre Monday 28-18 at Pierre. And kind of opening thoughts, obviously, you like a victory.
Yeah, love a victory, especially up at Pierre. Long bus ride on a Monday, but getting the victory made that a little bit shorter. Offensively, Tegan LaCroix in his second game at quarterback for us there, he is just, and I think we're going to start maybe seeing him a little more on Friday nights in some way, shape, or form, but he's just fun to watch.
Just versatile?
Just versatile, pure athlete. I think we've played him at a few spots on defense, too, I'll talk about in a bit, but made pretty smart decisions. Only one interception this game, but had a nice touchdown pass up to Abe O'Brien, who seems to always be good for those, at least one of those a game. Threw to his fellow sophomore Miles Drossman about 4 times. So, and then the stat sheet doesn't show it, but the 23-yard rushing touchdown was, I think, on 3rd and pretty long, and he just evaded about their entire defense and kind of took charge, and that was kind of the score that put it away, put us up 28-6. So
kind of like a video game sequence.
Kind of like a video game, yep. So yeah, Tegan did a great job. Jay Salachek got some hard yards. Jacob Bivens led us in receiving, 3 receptions, 57 yards. Was nice to see him get involved. Had a couple nice catches on some out routes, which I'm not very good at. Our route tree, I believe, is a 3. Am I right?
A 1 or a 3.
Yeah, we'll call it a 3. So,
get the whiteboard.
Yeah, came out. I think we scored 14 points in the first 2 minutes. So, a little nervous about being flat off the bus, but came out firing.
Yeah, and you said that LaCroix could, help on defense. I was going to say if I find him on the defensive line, I'm calling the authorities.
He, with a little time, he could maybe play it. So,
Jason Lachek, I don't think he got any touches last night, but did he? I don't think so.
No.
I could look.
Yeah, we had talked to him too about making sure that he's always staying ready to come in, especially with Shelley going both ways, making sure that we have. We've talked about this before. All 3 of those guys are unique, and he's got some speed, but like Coach Walsh said, he runs really hard, and to get him in between those tackles, he can bruise through, and he's going to get 2-3 yards every carry, just because
he's a steady back, right?
Yep, it's the way that he runs. So he's always locked in, ready to go. I foresee him getting more touches as the season goes on.
Yeah, that was going to be my point. Is I just feel like he's just a really good steady back. He gets a lot of work at JV and really helps that team a lot, and I think you can just rely on him to just get positive yards.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. And then defense for JV, Schwag.
Yeah. Kind of a lot like the stats from last night. A lot of negative plays, a lot of 1-2 yard gains for the offense, but then gave up a few big passes, and that's where they got their in short fields, and that's where they got their 18 points. Jolton Remnant's on leads the tackle sheet. He was playing, I think, in 3 different positions where we needed him. He's kind of a versatile anywhere from linebacker to corner to safety. Madam McQuaid in his second game for JV at linebacker clogs up the middle. He had 7 tackles. D-line, we got some pressure. Jacob Bivens, and Ben Bowman each got in for a sack, and Ben Bowman had a really good game. And might have noticed he got in our big heavy package last night on the varsity level just because he was kind of eating up here single-handedly by himself on the D-line. So, and then Carter Boomsma, you see the 2 picks, you don't know if it was just kind of dumb luck, like a really bad fake punt thrown right to a guy, but he carried his guy in the one-on-one in the backside of a cover 3 and just turned around at the right time, and both of them were almost identical, made some nice picks, and kind of like Maska's last week that was a pass interference, but Boomsma did not get the calls, so he got a couple picks. He's really developing. Brandon Gilmore at the other corner is just a true run stopper. He's probably one of the best tacklers on the team, pound for pound, and I wouldn't want to run his way. And then Miles Drotzman, he dropped a interception right in the red zone, and gave him a little bit of a hard time for it. And I said it looked a lot like Shelley's drop last year in the Huron game, but same play, next drive, made the game-sealing interception, and the rest is history, I guess. We got on the bus and got home, got ready for work.
Well, I have to make things right. Little Birdie told me that during the first game, I maybe said Jake Givens at one point. So, hey, Bivens, I know. All right. All right, message received. It's
yeah, well, we just need more cool nicknames, I guess, on the defensive line. I don't know what's going on.
Man, the nicknames, I'll tell you what. All right, JV, Yankton travels to Huron this next Monday, 4:30 matchup. Kind of, what are you looking forward to there?
You know, kind of
a victory, right?
Yeah, we're hoping for a victory always. Just kind of like every Monday, get some guys in different positions, get them developed, coach them up a little bit, and try and keep everyone healthy, get everybody into play.
Should I withhold pizza for victories? Like, so, like, let's say varsity wins or JV doesn't, or whatever, vice versa. Be like, no, not this week.
Not this week.
This is for a winner. I'm just joking, but no, I'm looking forward to it. Thanks, guys, for coming into the studio and get to film, and we'll talk to you at practice on Wednesday.
Absolutely appreciate it, Bryce.
Thanks, Bryce.
All right, take a break, come back, and continue talking Yankton Bucks football.
So I switched my insurance to State Farm, and get this. I talked to an actual State Farm agent who lives in my actual town. And get this. My actual agent in my actual town gave me actual help with the coverage I needed. And get this. My actual agent in my actual town who gave me actual help actually knows my name. And get this. They actually say it's called service.
Call State Farm agent Rhonda Westland at 665-4411.
Are you ready to drive home your savings? For a limited time, Explore CU is offering an incredible deal on auto loans. They'll beat your current auto loan rate by up to 2% on new and used vehicle refinances from other institutions. Choose from a variety of terms to fit your budget and lifestyle. Enjoy a fast, easy application and approval process with no application fee. Don't miss out on this fantastic opportunity to save. Visit us at explorerscu.com to learn more and apply today.
Do you struggle with dry contacts? At Vision Care Associates, we have a great option. Infused Contact Lenses by Bosch & Lomb. Infused lenses are designed to ensure that your eyes stay hydrated and irritation-free, even after a full day of wear. Our doctors specialize in fitting these lenses for maximum comfort and optimal vision. Schedule your consultation and experience the all-day comfort and crisp, clear vision you deserve.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Don't gamble. Insure with MT&RC Smith Insurance in Yankton, your independent agent for home, business, auto, life, and bonds. MTRCSmithInsurance.com.
At Triple Time Rudy's, not only do you get top-notch fuel to keep you on the move, but it's a destination for delicious local treats. You'll find quality South Dakota products like Dimmick cheese and premium meats from the Kaler and Renner lockers. It's your community's pit stop for more than just fuel. Triple Time Rudy's supports schools and events and provides fuel discounts to Yankton's largest employers. For all your daily fill-ups and convenience needs, stop by Triple Time Rudy's at 17th and Broadway.
Do you want a job that keeps it real? At Truxedo, a real truck company, we keep it real by promoting our values of excellent service, teamwork, accountability, and innovation. Join the Truxedo team and enjoy your next career adventure. We have a variety of openings, including senior EH&S specialist and weekend maintenance technician too. So don't wait. Get up, get out, and apply at realtruck.com/careers and start your next adventure with a career at Truxedo.
All right, we continue talking Yankton Bucks football. Coach Jason Savvy and Coach Blake Savvy in the studio. We'll talk a little varsity first, and we'll start with Blake on this one. The music will quiet down, I promise.
Yeah.
So I made a note to myself, okay, this week actually fix the music. Just so loud, but anyway. Secondary last night was really tested, and came through in flying colors in some instances, some mishaps as well. But kind of what did you see?
Yeah, we kind of went at them with a 3-3 front a little bit, which then, comes with a lot of blitzes. And so our secondary was tested in, we put ourselves in some different coverages to cover up those blitzes. And I think one thing we're going to watch in the film is they made really good reads, but I think we're going to see a lot of technique things on that film, staying in our drops, opening our hips a little bit sooner, some of those things. But overall, I thought that they did a really good job taking care of the vertical threats for the most part. Again, we did have some, leak through or found ourselves on the bottom side of a receiver instead of the top side a few times. And, they hit home a couple times, but we're able to come up with a couple interceptions from Kale, which was good. And, still did a good job running around with them on the field, covering them up.
All right, and then Coach Jason Savvy, running backs last night, really couldn't get a lot going, but big D-line for Watertown as well. They're loading the box as well, but it's kind of what you're seeing from the running game.
Yeah, obviously we knew going in Watertown was a big front, that we would have to really deal with and try to get some holes opened up for our backs and stuff. And yeah, obviously anybody who watched the game saw that was a tough task to do. Just couldn't get that momentum going. Cirques, our quick back, obviously, he struggled even getting to the outside, on the edge, and running inside was definitely tough with their big guys. And Watertown did a good job. You got to give them credit. They definitely, after last week's, running explosion that we had, they knew stopping the run was going to be probably, first priority, which they did. But you're going to have games like that, and offensively, you just got to be able to adapt to it. And, overall, still had a pretty good game. Easton ended up having a solid game, and we had receivers that had to make plays, and there were some really great plays that, catches and stuff that were made. And so just, it's nice to have that balance when you can run and pass, and I think that kind of got us, in trouble when you become one-dimensional. When a defense can make you one-dimensional, makes it just that much tougher. But
Nelson kind of being a hybrid, quarterback, right? But a running quarterback at that he can be. The offensive line did a pretty nice job of, at least in pass protection, holding long enough to give him some open lanes.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep, they did a good job of giving him some time to survey the field, and I thought Easton did a good job of knowing when to tuck it and run. So.
But ninth grade Bucks fell to Mitchell 22-14 on the road on Thursday. And we'll go back over to Blake and talk a little defense for us.
Yeah, I think between 2 weeks ago now in our opener versus Pierre, and then last week versus Mitchell, we saw big improvements in that, especially on the defensive end. I felt like we were comfortable watching calls come in, getting where we needed to be, a little more role-oriented, whether it was edge protection, coverage, whatever. We're able to bring some blitzes this week and hit home on them. We had some guys make some plays. I think Jackson Riken, we moved him into inside linebacker with Malik, and they did a pretty good job taking care of business, whether blitzing or just stuffing the run. And then we've got some athletes on the outside covering things up. Will Sager, Cash Llewellyn, Jack Kudera. They made some big plays. We forced a couple turnovers and played a really, really good game. We competed for 3.5 quarters, and then, just kind of slipped away from us at the end there.
Cash Llewellyn's going to have such a cool nickname when he gets up to varsity. You get ready, Cash. But yeah, it seemed like the tackles were dispersed pretty evenly throughout the team. And you like to see that, right? I mean, a lot of hats to the ball, and you'd like to get a lot of people involved.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's kind of what, again, being that role-oriented defense, when you see a good spread of tackles, you know that people are just filling their gaps. And when the run or pass comes to them, they're there to make the play. It's not just one person trying to run every inch of the field to make the play for us. So I think we did a good job and took another step in the right direction. Still plenty of things to work on, but we're getting a lot closer.
Out of the 3 sacks, and help me with the last name, Malik
El
Mustafa.
Yep.
And then Carson Heck and Corbin Saylor. From those sacks, you like what you see in there? Because sometimes sacks can just kind of fall into a person's lap, but it looks, from what you're kind of telling me, it looks like they really earned those ones.
Yeah, and Malik is one of those guys, he's just quick and shifty. And so when you blitz him from that linebacker spot, he can kind of slide around, whether it's an offensive guard or tackle. He can get around him pretty quick, and you're in the quarterback's face before they really know what happened. And so he's, just a fun guy to send on some blitzes. And then those other guys, they're just good, quicker tackles with some size too, so they can use strength or speed. And if they, make the right move, yeah, they did a good job getting into the backfield.
Awesome. Offense, Coach Jason Savvy.
Yeah, well, we struggled to run the ball against Mitchell. Mitchell, kind of a similar, story. They had a pretty big, defensive line.
Some big boys.
Yep, and they got some athletes too. So we got to do a better job up front. We're working with our, offensive linemen, kind of still second game in, shuffling things around, and don't have a lot of depth at our line. So those guys got to go, the whole game, and sometimes they're both sides of the ball and stuff. So things like that, conditioning, all right, all that plays in. But passing wise, we did a really good job. So we're starting to, obviously see improvement there, and you can see Jackson Kudera has been spreading the ball around to several different receivers. We try to get the ball, Malik's kind of he's our key, just quick, shifty running back. So if we can get the ball out to him on even some little swing passes and stuff, he scored the 65-yard touchdown was a screen pass that we executed, and it was really nice to see. And then he had a nice 2-yard touchdown run for us as well. So we got to just, work up front a little more. Like I said, we want to be, two-dimensional and running the ball, and Malik can definitely, do that. We just got to get him some space and throwing the ball. We got some great receivers. We can rotate several different guys in at receivers. We got some tall receivers. So we got to take advantage of that. And then we're going to, just continue to see, our offense getting better. And, I'm very critical of myself too. I mean, I need to do a little better job sometimes at the play calling and things like that as well. But we're trying
4
to kind
verts all game.
Right. But, we're still trying to, get guys in the best spots offensively and defensively and where they're going to be most successful.
Your receivers you're mentioning, I'm just looking at, this is all stat sheet, of course, but obviously some hands on the team. You said some height, but how's speed and stuff, and how's route running, like that kind of improving every game? There's only 2 games so far, but from practice on to where we're at now.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, they're starting to, kind of figure things out. We always talk about, our big thing coming off of our first game was we didn't play as fast as, we should have. There was a lot of hesitation and stuff on both sides of the ball, and we really emphasize that this week. Just go out, play fast, run your routes hard, run the ball, whatever. Just do it fast. If you mess up, big deal. Okay, mess up 100% is what we always tell them. Don't go half speed because you think you don't know what your exact route or whatever is. But so I think we played a little bit faster, and I think guys are starting to figure out, seeing the openings and reading, what the defense is giving them. So that was good to see.
All right, quick thoughts from both of you. Here on Crane Younger Field, that's on the 12th, and 4:30 kickoff, and at least the weather's starting to get a little bit nicer, right? I think fall weather literally happened last night. It just kind of came in.
Right.
So what are we thinking about here on?
It'll be a good, I think we've taken steps in the right direction. We did, we'll see what we got on Monday. We had a few, bumps and bruises coming out of Thursday night in some key spots. So we'll see what that looks like come Monday. That might shift some things around. But again, just another chance for more guys to step up. We're a little lighter than we like to be in, Yankton football right now with our freshman squad as far as numbers. So plugging guys in, seeing what they can do. But I think, again, just the more comfortable we get with where we need to be, calls that are coming in, we'll play faster. And, I like the direction we're headed.
You guys do this long enough, especially you. Marshall Ladwig is getting there. Okay, we're working
right.
on some technique stuff with him
waiting.
right now.
Yeah,
you do some Coach Rosie soon.
That's right.
We'll get him going. But
yes.
coaches, always appreciate you guys coming in and enjoy your weekend.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
All right, we'll take a break, come back, and continue here on the Coach's Corner.
¿Está buscando una casa para comprar? Me llamo Deb Speck de Vision Real Estate y puedo ayudarle a encontrar la casa perfecta. Yo sé que la barrera del idioma puede ser difícil, pero puedo facilitar el proceso. Escoja a un agente que se habla español. Envíeme un mensaje de texto 605-661-9398.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
September is Healthy Aging Month. Yankton Medical Clinic reminds you that healthy aging begins with preventative screenings, and the best place to start is by having a colonoscopy. Colonoscopies are recommended for all individuals age 45 and older. Yankton Medical Clinic has 3 general surgeons who can complete this simple outpatient procedure on site, so there's no need to wait. Call 664-2742 to schedule your colonoscopy today. Learn more at yanktonmedicalclinic.com. So much care, so close to home.
The other day, a guy came into the UPS store to pick up some blueprints we had printed for him. While we were finishing up the order, he asked about business cards as he was about out of his current supply. Hi, this is Doug at the UPS store in Yankton and Vermilion. We all have various printing needs and the UPS store is here to help. Stop into our locations in Yankton or Vermilion and ask about our current print specials. Oh, the gentleman from earlier? We had new business cards ready for him the very next business day.
COVID-19 cases are on the rise, and peak flu season is almost here. Save time and get the updated COVID-19 vaccine and your flu shot at the same time at Hy-Vee. Schedule your updated COVID-19 vaccine and flu shot online today, or just stop by any Hy-Vee pharmacy whenever it's convenient for you. No appointment necessary. Plus, when you get your flu shot at Hy-Vee, earn a 20-cent fuel saver. Your Hy-Vee pharmacy is here to help you and your family stay healthy. Some restrictions apply.
Sports injuries can be the result of competitive activities, but can also happen by just participating in leisure activities too. If you're experiencing pain as the result of your chosen activity, consider chiropractic care. I'm Dr. Mackenzie Erlinson with First Chiropractic Centers. We have experienced chiropractors that work with sports injuries every day. Our treatment options are aimed to minimize pain, reduce recovery time, and reduce risk of future injuries. Visit First Chiropractic Centers, making life better, one adjustment at a time.
All right, welcome back to the Coach's Corner. I'm Bryce Ladwig. Thanks to our Yankton Bucks football coaches for joining us here in the studio. Now we turn to Yankton Bucks golf. Coach Brett Syme in the studio. Coach, good morning.
Morning.
All right, a lot to talk about. As always, when we get to the results portion, I'll let you go through big giant folder. I love when you bring that in. I know we talked about that when we were at Hillcrest last week, but absolutely
investing in your home is easier and more fun when you have local choices.
Sorry about that. Anyway, yeah, so Bucks fell to Mitchell in the annual Marchand Cup Challenge. That was on Tuesday. It was held this year at Yankton Fox Run Golf Course, and to kind of lead us through the results there, obviously, but a lot of the theme going forward is going to be a lot of home competition.
Yeah, for the next, for this week and next week anyway.
Yep.
But yeah, we actually had a great start to the Marchand Cup. Kind of came out. I was talking with some other people earlier about we had some illness go through our team. It's kind of weird. Once the school year starts, you get all those kids together. It seems like all the stuff starts going around again. But
I have kids in daycare. I know exactly.
So we were missing one of our players. I don't want to make excuses. I hear the football coaches talk about it. A lot of other coaches talk about it. The kids got to have next man up philosophy. But and we showed a lot of promise coming out right away, even though we were missing one of our better players in the 4-ball or best ball matches. We came out and won the matches 3.5 to 2.5. So I thought, okay, going in, I thought we had a really good shot at maybe trying to get the cup back. Easton Velick and Parker Riley started us out, winning their match against a really good player, Asher Dannenbring, and his partner, Everett Morrison. Eli Larson and Riker Larson, spelled differently, so it's not the Larson twins, but we can call them that if you want to. They won their match against their group. We also had Chase Cooley and Ryder Walsh, kind of, our number 11 and 12 players for that tournament, get a big win for us. And then Braden Berkland and Easton Skelhaus have their match. So that gave us a 3.5, 2.5 lead going into our scramble portion, and we were feeling pretty good about things. And then, you know what? Mitchell just turned up the heat. We didn't score many points after that in the scramble portion. Easton and Parker, they have their match. So, they kept right on going against the tough tandem of Dannenbring and Morrison. But that was the only half point we scored. Mitchell really took us to us in the scramble. I was kind of hoping playing at Fox Run and having the course knowledge we have of Fox Run, it would help us, but it didn't. And, they really took it to us there. So they ended up having an 8-4 lead going into the singles. And for us to get the cup, we needed 12.5 points. We knew that was going to be a tough task. And, I just kept telling the kids, you got to go out and play one shot at a time, but you got to realize, match play's different. We got to get up on those guys and try to score some points. So the only person we had win in singles was Isaac Dimmer, and he won over Dawson Adams and Mitchell. Easton Velick and Parker Riley continued scoring points for us. They got halves against Dannenbring and Morrison, and then Eli Larson also got a half a point for us in singles. But in the end, Mitchell ended up kind of taking it to us, 17.5, 6.5. But, I did see some good things. Easton and Parker really led us well. They never lost a point. They split a couple of matches and won one, but that was really good to see Isaac Dimmer, go out and win a match for us in the singles matches. He's actually been starting to play pretty well here lately. And to see guys like Chase and Ryder actually win a point in the Marchand Cup, it was good for them too, going forward, in the golf futures that they have. So, yeah, not what we wanted, but, hopefully next year we can come out and maybe be a little bit healthier and go out and try and get that cup back next year.
Yeah, it's a unique event. I really do like the cup concept. Yankton most recently hosted a quadrangular on Tuesday at Hillcrest.
Yes.
Thank you. My bad.
Yep.
Hillcrest Golf Course, finishing 4th out of the 4 teams. Harrisburg took the team to obviously a 304, followed by O'Gorman 311 and Brandon Valley, and then Yankton 319. And I'll lead you in. But Easton Velick, top performer for the Bucks, shooting a 76. That was 4 over, finishing 3rd. And then is it O'Gorman's Tayton Mooney? Mooney. Okay.
That's actually how you say
Finished first individually with a 70-01. And let's go to the book.
Yeah, I thought our competition was pretty good yesterday, and we played pretty well. At least our top 4 golfers did. The team scored 319. Whenever we can be under 320 at Hillcrest, that's a pretty good team score. It's just that we were playing against 3 pretty good teams, and it's teams that have beat us throughout the season so far. Crazy to say, we're halfway through. We have 13 rounds that we play. I think we're down to 6, so we've got 7 rounds in, so we're over halfway through our season. It's kind of crazy. But, Easton came out.
You guys in soccer. It's like a race who finishes first.
Easton really came out and led us really well, played solid all day long. He just had a 3-hole stretch where he had 3 bogeys in a row and ended up going out shooting 76. 3rd place in the field that was there was really good testament to how well he was playing. Riker Larson, he just had a tough start yesterday. He hit one out of bounds across the road at Hillcrest to start his day off. Started with a triple bogey and ended up only shooting 7 over par. So he's only 4 over the rest of the day. So, really kudos to him for keeping his head and just keep plugging along after a tough start. And that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for those guys that aren't going to give up, that are going to compete till the end. And that's what he did. And Eli Larson and Kai Cody, they kind of did the same thing. They had some points early in their rounds where they struggled a little bit. Maybe didn't play as well as they wanted to on the front 9, but on the back 9 really came back and held it together and ended up getting low 80s scores, both tied with an 82. So add them together, we get under 320, and just wasn't good enough to beat any of the teams that we were against. But our JV, the way we did the tournament was we just took the top 4 scores for the varsity, the next 4 for JV. So Parker Riley and Easton Skelhaus shot 87. I know both those guys wish they could have played a little bit better. Isaac Dimmer, mentioned him earlier, from the Marchand Cup, shot an 88, has been playing pretty good for us here lately. And Braden Birkland shot an 89. Every one of those guys, I know for a fact, wanted to be probably 85 or better. Parker, I know, wanted to be quite a bit better than he was. He just had a tough day, but, I still look for good things coming from him out of the season. He's had a great season so far. But we also had some other players playing yesterday. Chase Cooley came out, shot a 93, which was a great round for him, freshman for us. William Youngblum shot a 97. He actually had kind of the opposite of some of the other guys. He had a really good front 9 and then just kind of struggled on the back 9 and came in with 97. Max Dobler shot 98. Finished his round kind of with a flare. He almost chipped in on the 18th hole, and people kind of cheered for him at the end. It was kind of fun. And then we also had Connor Mitzel in his first tournament ever. Went out and shot a 106. So it was a good tournament for us. Got to play a lot of kids. Got to see how they'd compete. Just playing against good teams. And it's good because we had a competition on Hillcrest before next Friday when we're going to bring pretty much everybody to town except 4 teams in the AA.
Yeah, you guys afraid to travel or what, Simon?
Well, for a couple weeks anyway. It's kind of nice, actually.
Yeah.
Kind of stay home, get some things done, and actually let the kids catch up on some school that they missed. So it's going to be a nice couple of weeks we've had here.
Yeah, I've noticed golf, a lot of it happens, during the day. So those guys have to be really dedicated to their books outside of it as well. So.
Yeah, pretty tough to play golf at night. They do have glow ball, but it's not quite like playing with the regular golf balls.
Let's sanction it. Let's get it sanctioned.
Might be kind of fun. Might be kind of fun.
Glow ball. Let's talk glow ball. But good luck at Hillcrest this coming Friday. And starts at 10. Is it shotgun start or?
It is. Shotgun start at 10 o'clock. Like I said, I think we've got 16 teams from AA coming. I think the only ones that aren't going to be here are Rapid City Central.
Yeah, I was going to list them, and then I got
Douglas,
to like 5, and I was like, nah.
Spearfish and Sturgis. I think those are the only 4 that will not be here. So we're going to have a field of about 100 kids. All the best teams in the state are going to be here. It's going to be a crazy good field. So if anybody's looking to see some good golf, because we had good teams here yesterday, and then we're going to bring in Watertown, we're going to bring in Pier, we're going to bring in Sioux Falls Lincoln. It's going to be a crazy good field. So if anybody's looking to watch some good golf, next Friday at 10 o'clock at Hillcrest, there will be a shotgun start. And the only thing I would mention is you can't be communicating with the players. You can cheer a good shot. You can do whatever. But yeah, you can't be walking along and talking with the players as you're out there. Suggest a distance about 10, 15, 20 yards away. And just make sure you're not staying back far enough where you're hampering play coming up. But would sure love to see some people come out and watch. And there's going to be a lot of really good golf. So if you like watching good golf, come on out because there's going to be some good golf in Yankton on Friday.
That new clubhouse is going to be put to the test.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place. The course is in great shape, and yeah, we're just we're looking for hopefully a nice day to be able to play. And with all those teams coming in, it'll be a good preview for what's going to be coming up here for the rest of the year.
All right, Coach, we'll talk about it. Always appreciate you coming in. Did you get your pizza?
I got some pizza. I might even go get one more slice.
All right, awesome. Thanks, Coach Brett Syme, joining us. We'll take a break, come back, and continue here on the Coach's Corner.
Pizza Ranch is all about the cookie. This is Mike from Yankton Pizza Ranch. Get ready for our famous family-sized chocolate chip cookie filled with chewy, gooey, chocolatey goodness. And right now, you can feed your group for just $20. Grab our online pizza deal, 2 single-topping medium pizzas, a small cheesy ranch sticks, and a small cactus bread, all for $20. Simply go to pizzaranch.com to order now.
Whoa, that's good.
Medicare coverage is not a one-size-fits-all coverage. Do you like to travel? Are you wanting to spend your winters down south? Or just spend some time with your grandkids? Make sure you choose a plan that fits your needs and will travel with you. Visit Julie at Missouri River Associates to review your upcoming Medicare or your current needs. That's Julie at Missouri River Associates, 665-6885.
Investing in your home is easier and more fun when you have local choices. This is Cody Miles, owner of Upper Midwest Garage Door. We offer a wide variety of American-made, unique Clopay garage doors, free in-home consultations, a digital preview of the new garage doors on your home, and the expert small-town service you deserve. Get started today with your local independent Clopay dealer, Upper Midwest Garage Door. Give us a call, stop by, or learn more at uppermidwestgaragedoor.com.
Are you ready to drive home your savings? For a limited time, Explore CU is offering an incredible deal on auto loans. They'll beat your current auto loan rate by up to 2% on new and used vehicle refinances from other institutions. Choose from a variety of terms to fit your budget and lifestyle. Enjoy a fast, easy application and approval process with no application fee. Don't miss out on this fantastic opportunity to save. Visit us at explorerscu.com to learn more and apply today.
I am Juan Francisco Duarte, and basketball allows me to show my adventurous spirit. Right after graduating Mount Marty, I was selected to be part of the national basketball team for Colombia. Here I think is a great opportunity for me to expand, grow, and also help others to adventure in their journey.
Show your spirit at Mount Marty University and schedule a tour today at showyourspiritmmu.com.
Isn't it great when things work how they should? Like the award-winning free checking from FNBO. No monthly fees, no minimums, and no overdraft fees, ever. Online, in the app, on the go, or down the street. You be you, and we'll make it easy to bank your way and manage your account. Here's to simple, flexible, and free. Here's to checking that works the way you want it to. Visit fnbo.com to learn more or stop on by. FNBO Free Checking. Member FDIC.
All right, welcome back to the Coach's Corner. This is Bryce Ladwig. We'll start talking Yankton Gazelles soccer. Coach Kellen Mosier and Coach Tyler Schuring in the studio with us this morning. Coaches, good morning.
Good morning, Bryce.
All right, so how was our week? Everyone, season's like half over now.
I thought it was a good week. We got a win heading up to Brookings up there. That was obviously challenging in its own right, and maybe struggled a little bit more than we wanted to against O'Gorman, but the girls played hard. That's really all you can expect in a high school game. So overall, it was a good week for us.
Yeah, that was a tough one. It's O'Gorman, though, a tough fought battle. And that's what I always expect when it's O'Gorman. It's back and forth. But when Eden Wolfgram had the penalty kick, really excited, and then just a tough one. But I just what is up with these two teams facing each other like that?
Yeah, I don't know, and I got to commend our team. Once we scored that PK, the energy was there, and they started to push it a little bit more. But then unfortunately we gave up that next PK, and I said it before, team could have collapsed right there, and that could have been a 3-4 game had we not responded the way we did. But they kept their heads and got back in it, and we created additional opportunities off of that, which I was really proud of the team for.
Yeah, sorry, I was jumping all over the place, but now I want to go back to the Bobcats matchup. 2-1 victory. Kind of what are you seeing from there, the 30,000-foot view of your team there?
I thought it was a game where we struggled with the elements. I thought the wind played a big part in the way the game went. We struggled playing into the wind. We tried to play a little bit more direct than we would ideally want to, and it's not a great situation when you're trying to go into a 25, 30 mile an hour wind. I thought one of the other aspects that gave us a little bit of trouble was just the width of the field. They play on a very wide field up there that's different than most of the football fields that you would play on these days with the turf. And I thought that created some issues for us getting the ball around and using the entire field the way we want.
All right, and the Coach Mosier sub-varsity action with Brookings, and our first time talking this season for the show as well. Kind of get us caught up on sub-varsity, the growth of the program from when you first made contact with the girls to where they're at now.
Yeah, it's been a fun ride so far. I kind of hopped in the middle of July with the crew, and they allowed me to just come right on board and be part of the team, and felt right at home from the very beginning. And our girls have been battling hard all year as well. We went out to that rapid trip and got a stiff test right to open the season with Stevens, and took some lumps there, and they came right back against Central and won big 6-1. So I knew right from the first weekend we had a group that was ready to face adversity and overcome challenges, and they've done it all year. We only typically have 13 or 14 JV girls for any given game, depending on the day. So they're getting lots of playing time, but we tend to run out of a little gas towards the last 15, 20 minutes, and we've talked about that as a group the last week or two. So they're battling, and they're working hard. So
how's that field playing this year, sub-varsity field? Pretty nice?
At our place?
Yeah. Obviously, you want to get to Crane. I get that. But.
Yeah, I mean, there's improvements that could be made there, but I understand that we got a lot going on in the fall as far as other activities and such going on. So they're adjusting nicely to playing some different places. Tuesday we went to Brookings, and they have a pretty tip-top shape field there. So coming home Thursday.
Where is there a field in relation to their school? Is it right outside of it?
Fishback is just to the south of the town there.
Fishback. Okay, so I remember what Fishback is. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Sorry, I cut you off.
No, it's all good. So yeah, we've played in some different places, different type fields, and so it's been tough to adjust to some of those as well. But like I said, the girls they're battling and they're working, and they're making those adjustments as they need to. So.
Yeah, and Sherry, from what you're seeing from sub-varsity, you liking some of these girls coming up? You liking what you're seeing?
Yeah, I'm really liking a lot of the players that are coming through down there. I really think the future is going to look bright for this group in the next 2, 3, 4 years, and even beyond that. I think we have some really good upperclassmen, and I think as we start graduating some of those, we're already handpicking a number of the JV girls that are going to be able to fit right in, and help the entire program move and be more competitive in the future.
I mean, just to even give you an example, we played Jefferson the other day, and I said 13 or 14 girls any given night, and 10 of those are probably junior high girls, and Jefferson gets off the bus and there's no junior high kids, and they've got 9 or 10 or 11 subs. So, and that's a game we went out and tied. So, I mean, we've got some good young players, some really good young talented players that are frankly going to contribute at the varsity level next year. So.
How does that work? And I guess maybe it's changed since Katie was, sub-varsity, but how much of the strategy for sub-varsity is what the varsity is doing versus just kind of growing out of soccer players in general, kind of like a base template?
I think
if that question makes sense.
Yeah, I think a lot of the general stuff, just possession and defending is, it's the same no matter where you're playing. Our systems are a little bit different on what we run. We run a 3-back with the varsity, and that takes a little bit more discipline defensively, and just a little bit more skill keeping possession on that end. So we run a 4-back with the JV, and I think that really helps just with development. So there's a few things different there, but overall the general strategy of the game is pass, shoot, score. So not a whole lot different there.
Well, we started with it, and we'll round back to it and I'll expand on it. The O'Gorman matchup, what did kind of a pros and cons to that matchup? I saw some offensive opportunities, didn't quite go the Gazelles' way, but defensively, I mean, yeah, so you allowed some goals, but overall, from my view, it looked like defense played pretty well.
Yeah, O'Gorman came out on the front foot. They're a talented team. They've got some really good players up there, and we kind of got pushed back the first 10 minutes of the game and struggled to gain control of the ball. And even when we did, it was just getting rid of it, not really possessing and building up. I thought we grew into the game more as the first half went along. Probably didn't, control the ball as much as we would like. Didn't create as many quality scoring opportunities as we would like. But, defensively, I thought we've been playing really good defense the last 3 or 4 games, and, it's continued. The back line is doing a very good job. The midfield's doing a good job recovering and keeping the ball in front. And, Elena Monin is really playing an excellent goalkeeper back there as a sophomore. So, defensively, we're doing a good job. We just need to work on controlling the ball a little bit more and not allowing as many counterattacks as we are. So if we can clean that up, I think we have a very solid team because the defense is going to keep us in a lot of games.
Well, Yankton now travels to Sioux Falls Brandon Valley on Tuesday for varsity doubleheader beginning at 5. What can you tell me about the Lynx?
I don't know a whole lot about them right now. They're sitting at a couple wins, but they're a dangerous team. They've got some speed up top. They play very quick with the ball, so that's something that we're going to just have to make sure we keep the ball in front, make sure we're transitioning, shifting together, staying compact through the middle. Always heading up there, it's always a challenge. The nice thing about, their turf up there is it's primarily the same turf that we have down here, so it's going to play very similar to what we have.
Like similar style?
Yeah, yep. The bounce, the roll, and stuff like that. So theirs was actually put in the same year by the same company as ours. So,
okay.
Yeah, so there's a lot of similarities there. They play some tough games. They just beat Brookings 1-0 on Thursday. We beat Brookings 2-1 on Tuesday. So, they're going to be there. There's, they're going to be some good competition. So any ESD match that we step up there, we got to be ready to play. And, we had a good film session last night, some discussions on some adjustments we want to make. And I think the team is going to be ready to go.
All right. Well, good luck to good luck to the Gazelles. And Coach Mosier, thanks for coming in. Appreciate
No problem.
That.
Enjoyed it. Thank you.
Did you get some pizza?
Of course.
Okay, naturally. Right. All right. Well, coaches, enjoy the rest of your weekend. A big college football weekend.
Yes,
absolutely.
I'm sure we'll all be partaking. So that's awesome. Thanks for coming in, guys. And we'll take a break here on the Coach's Corner and continue.
Hello. Here's to welcoming moments, big and small, embracing the unexpected, savoring life. At Avera, our nationally recognized health system will be right here with you, ready for anything. We listen to your goals and help you achieve them with care and coverage. We'll move you forward through sickness and health and every milestone in between. Avera, moving health forward. Learn more at avera.org/forward.
It's day one of your new career. Parker of Yankton has immediate openings for material handlers, machine operators, and setups for both day and night shifts. Along with a full benefits package beginning your first day on the job, Parker is offering a second shift pay differential of $235 plus a $1,000 retention bonus. Paid vacation, sick leave, 13 paid holidays, medical, dental, vision, supplemental, and paid life insurance all begin day one. Quarterly profit sharing and a 5% matching 401k plan. Fully vested on day one. Apply now at parker.com.
Parker, engineering your success.
The warmer months can be wonderful times that allow for plenty of fun outdoors. However, while you may be enjoying the outside time, pests and insects may be trying to find their way inside. Eliminating a pest infestation and ensuring they don't return can be tough to do on your own, but with Olson's Pest Technicians by your side, you can rest assured you're fully protected. Locally owned and operated since 1966, Olson's Pest Technicians provides reliable pest control services to residential and commercial properties. Visit 800KILBugs.com.
Are you suffering from a recent injury or chronic pain?
Come see us, Lane and Reed Sawatsky at SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab.
We offer a wide variety of techniques to meet every patient's need and preference, including adjustments, dry needling, acupuncture, cupping, and rehabilitation.
We are dedicated to providing personalized and effective treatment plans to help you perform at your highest level and feel your best.
Whether you're dealing with back pain, neck pain, or a sports injury, we've got you covered.
Go to SWATchiropracticandrehab.com to schedule an appointment.
So I switched my insurance to State Farm, and get this. I talked to an actual State Farm agent who lives in my actual town. And get this. My actual agent in my actual town gave me actual help with the coverage I needed. And get this. My actual agent in my actual town who gave me actual help actually knows my name. And get this. They actually say it's called service.
Call State Farm agent Rhonda Westland at 665-4411.
Are you ready to drive home your savings? For a limited time, Explore CU is offering an incredible deal on auto loans. They'll beat your current auto loan rate by up to 2% on new and used vehicle refinances from other institutions. Choose from a variety of terms to fit your budget and lifestyle. Enjoy a fast, easy application and approval process with no application fee. Don't miss out on this fantastic opportunity to save. Visit us at explorerscu.com to learn more and apply today.
Do you struggle with dry contacts? At Vision Care Associates, we have a great option. Infused contact lenses by Bosch & Lomb. Infused lenses are designed to ensure that your eyes stay hydrated and irritation-free, even after a full day of wear. Our doctors specialize in fitting these lenses for maximum comfort and optimal vision. Schedule your consultation and experience the all-day comfort and crisp, clear vision you deserve.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Don't gamble. Insure with MT&RC Smith Insurance in Yankton, your independent agent for home, business, auto, life, and bonds. MTRCSmithInsurance.com.
At Triple Time Rudy's, not only do you get top-notch fuel to keep you on the move, but it's a destination for delicious local treats. You'll find quality South Dakota products like Dimmick cheese and premium meats from the Kaler and Renner lockers. It's your community's pit stop for more than just fuel. Triple Time Rudy's supports schools and events and provides fuel discounts to Yankton's largest employers. For all your daily fill-ups and convenience needs, stop by Triple Time Rudy's at 17th and Broadway.
Do you want a job that keeps it real? At Truxedo, a real truck company, we keep it real by promoting our values of excellent service, teamwork, accountability, and innovation. Join the Truxedo team and enjoy your next career adventure. We have a variety of openings, including senior EH&S specialist and weekend maintenance technician too. So don't wait. Get up, get out, and apply at realtruck.com/careers and start your next adventure with a career at Truxedo.
¿Está buscando una casa para comprar? Me llamo Deb Speck de Vision Real Estate y puedo ayudarle a encontrar la casa perfecta. Yo sé que la barrera del idioma puede ser difícil, pero puedo facilitar el proceso. Escoja a un agente que se habla español. Envíeme un mensaje de texto 605-661-9398.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
September is Healthy Aging Month. Yankton Medical Clinic reminds you that healthy aging begins with preventative screenings, and the best place to start is by having a colonoscopy. Colonoscopies are recommended for all individuals age 45 and older. Yankton Medical Clinic has 3 general surgeons who can complete this simple outpatient procedure on site, so there's no need to wait. Call 664-2742 to schedule your colonoscopy today. Learn more at yanktonmedicalclinic.com. So much care, so close to home.
All right, good morning, the Coach's Corner. Bryce Ladwig here in studio. And thanks to our coaches for coming in, joining the Pizza Ranch Pizza. And no one joins us on the Pizza Ranch phone line today. I thought I was probably going to have Coach Dane Hansen in this morning for Bucks Soccer. That's okay, but so I don't have an interview ready for that. But we'll continue talking Yankton Bucks Soccer quickly. The Bucks, so Gazelles won in Brookings. Bucks fell in Brookings 3-1. And then they were beat by a Gorman 3-0 on Thursday. And they will also be traveling to Brandon Valley on Tuesday for a varsity doubleheader. Again, that starts at 5 o'clock. I just know the Bucks are struggling right now with some health issues, injuries, availability, things of that nature, and just kind of figuring some stuff out, and they will. And they're under some good leadership, and some really good athletes on that Bucks squad. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that plays out as the season progresses. Gazelles in Yankton volleyball went 1-2 in the tournament in Norfolk last Saturday. Gazelles fell to Sioux Falls Christian at home on Tuesday evening in 4 sets, 25-23. They took that first set, 20-25, 17-25, 18-25. And here's actually the post-game interview with our very own Braden Butler had with Coach Taylor Stacy. Maybe. Do you know what? Actually, I lied to you. I don't have that ready, but she did join him. Man, look at me, all prepared. That's what happens when you get back from Watertown so early in the morning. Yeah, Gazelles volleyball improved, would be saying the least. They are looking a lot better. It's improved in every year. The last 6 or 7 years I've been doing this. Seems like they've been taking a progression forward every year. Multiple different coaches have had their fingerprints on this team and have helped them progress to the next step. And right now, they're very competitive right there at the net. Jay Jerry led the Gazelles with 12 kills and 12 digs on the night. One of those kills came late in set 3 after multiple digs from Olivia Dimmer. Gazelles are now 1-5 overall, 0-3 in South Dakota competition. That counts you towards seed points. And just looking to get that first big victory, but as I said, competitive in all of them. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that really balances out as the schedule keeps unfolding. They face off against Harrisburg today in about 4 or 5 hours. 3 o'clock, Gazelles face off at Harrisburg. So competition today for Gazelles volleyball. All right, and Gazelles at tennis. Gazelles went 2-0 against Brandon Valley. And by the way, I was going to have an interview with Coach Ryan Haig on the Pizza Ranch phone line. That one's on me. Just the schedule just didn't work out on my end for a lot of the week. So apologize to him and the tennis girls, but do have their stuff here. So Gazelles went 2-0 against Brandon Valley into Gorman in Tuesday's Triangular in Brandon Valley. Yankton won both duels 7-2. Nora Kraske and Sabrina Kraske and Paige Mitzel were undefeated on the day, each going 2-0 in singles and doubles play. And then yesterday, the Gazelles went 2-0 at Hitchcock Park in Mitchell, defeating Sioux Falls Jefferson 7-2 and Spearfish 9-0. And Gazelles next travel to Sioux Falls this next Friday, to take on Sioux Falls Lincoln and Mitchell in a triangular beginning at 11 a.m. So Gazelles are cooking right now on the tennis court. And you love to see that. Congratulations to all of them. Yankton cross country. Yankton competed in the Augie Twilight meet yesterday, and we'll have results for you Monday morning. Jeff Erickson will have those on KYNT. But talk to Coach Caitlin Savvy next week for sure, and hopefully get her in the studio. But maybe if they don't have a competition on Saturday, if not, she'll join us on the Pizza Ranch phone line, get you caught up on Yankton cross country. And then you have Yankton competitive dance and cheer. Yankton opened up season competition at Mitchell on Thursday with dance taking home 5th, the 262 score. Dakota Valley won the dance first place finish with a 278.75. Cheer finished 13th, the 173.5 score. And Harrisburg finished 290 and secured first place. There were 17 teams competing in that, so that's just really impressive for Yankton. So good job, those girls. Yankton next competes on September 12th, hosting Invitational at the Summit Activity Center. So make sure you go out and support competitive dance and cheer. Those girls really appreciate it, and let's make the Summit Activity Center as loud as it can be in support of those girls. You love to see it, and always want to support them whenever possible. Well, folks, that will basically do it. But we're going to take one last break, come back, and we'll wrap things up here on the Coach's Corner. Good morning.
The other day, a guy came into the UPS store to pick up some blueprints we had printed for him. While we were finishing up the order, he asked about business cards as he was about out of his current supply. Hi, this is Doug at the UPS store in Yankton and Vermilion. We all have various printing needs, and the UPS store is here to help. Stop into our locations in Yankton or Vermilion and ask about our current print specials. Oh, the gentleman from earlier? We had new business cards ready for him the very next business day.
COVID-19 cases are on the rise, and peak flu season is almost here. Save time and get the updated COVID-19 vaccine and your flu shot at the same time at Hy-Vee. Schedule your updated COVID-19 vaccine and flu shot online today, or just stop by any Hy-Vee pharmacy whenever it's convenient for you. No appointment necessary. Plus, when you get your flu shot at Hy-Vee, earn a 20-cent fuel saver. Your Hy-Vee pharmacy is here to help you and your family stay healthy. Some restrictions apply.
Sports injuries can be the result of competitive activities, but can also happen by just participating in leisure activities too. If you're experiencing pain as the result of your chosen activity, consider chiropractic care. I'm Dr. Mackenzie Erlinson with First Chiropractic Centers. We have experienced chiropractors that work with sports injuries every day. Our treatment options are aimed to minimize pain, reduce recovery time, and reduce risk of future injuries. Visit First Chiropractic Centers, making life better, one adjustment at a time.
All right, thanks to all of our coaches for joining us here in studio. The Coaches Corner, powered by Explorers Credit Union. Wherever you want your financial journey to take you, Explorers Credit Union is here to help with the vision of financial empowerment for everyone. Discover the difference at explorerscu.com. That's Explorers Credit Union. And thanks to Pizza Ranch for providing delicious pizza to our coaches and myself once I get out of the studio. And they better have left me pizza. And coaches, if you're still listening, drive home or whatever, if you didn't leave me pizza, we're going to have some issues. But appreciate Pizza Ranch for that. And whenever we have coaches join us on the phone line or interviews, they join us on the Pizza Ranch phone line this week. None of that, but that's where they would. And our next show next Saturday, 9:05 a.m. It's going to be a lighter show. I'm just going to bring in 2 to 3 Bucks football coaches and try to maybe get some interviews done with some other coaches, mainly because I'm going to be getting back from Douglas at like 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning. And so I'm going to be tired, but we'll still have the show and looking forward to it. But just, like I said, a little lighter on the Bucks football side for sure. And hopefully you can join us, as always, on KYNT and KYNTV. You can home team and stream. Thanks to all of our sponsors, and, of course, to you, the listener or viewer, for supporting us, your number one home for Yankton High School athletics. Go Bucks, go Gazelles, go enjoy the rest of your weekend. This has been the Coach's Corner.
FM 102.1 and AM 1450. KYNT, Yankton.
From ABC News, I'm Dave Packer. An activist leader in Israel says an American